get them.
Absolutely. And as we cross into little Q&A, I'll actually lead with that because, you know, techniques are getting so much more advanced and we're finding out different ways to figure it out. Maybe let's start off giving the folks a little bit of advice about how to approach a heavy cover fishing situation. Greg Hackney, what's your first step of advice to fishing heavy cover as far as your approach, outside of having the right rod, the right line, the right bait? What's a little piece of advice you'd give them there?
Well, so the first thing is, they, just like the classics going on right now, you're catching those fish out of those bushes, and but the deal is it's time of the year. So if that lake was that high, say back during the spawn, those guys would be fishing as far back as they could because those fish would be wanting to move up. So right now, if you notice how all those guys are fishing, they're fishing the outside tree line. Actually, the old bank line is where most of those fish are coming from. It's summertime. They got high water. Those fish don't want to go all the way back. So the first thing you have to think of is the time of the year and like where the conditions are. The same scenario, if you have this early pre-spawn and the water comes up like that, again, those fish will typically stay on the outside edge and they don't go back because most of the forage, just like it is now, is on the outside. So I always think about those things when we go someplace, whether it's matted grass or bushes or trees or what it is, what time of the year is it, and what stage those fish should be in. So are they pre-spawn, post-spawn, summertime, and then, that's how they relate. So you have to kind of have some knowledge of the time of the year, seasonal pattern basically, to apply it to heavy cover. It's no different from fishing main lake points to flats or, the time of year when fish are using those areas. So that's just kind of what you do when you're breaking down heavy cover.
That's great.